Okay, so I've been doing research about this social media YikYak, and what I found out is that this app is different from other social medias due to it posts or yaks you post online is anonymous, so other people cannot they cannot tell who the users are. The problem this is causing is that it's decreasing communication and just causing social chaos, especially on college campuses. So the problem with YikYak is with other social medias, when we post something and if there are posts that we don't like, we know who to assign blame to. But with YikYak, when somebody posts like a comment online and we dislike the comment, we don't know who to blame. So if my friend posts something and I don't like it, but I didn't know it was him, I just assume I blame my friend even though they didn't post it. So then I blame him and I post something, and then somebody else posts something and he thinks it's about him, then he would blame me even though I didn't post it. Then this would cause constant fighting. So I would be angry at him, he would be angry at me, and then we would just stop talking, and this creates this silence between us, which is different from the purpose of YikYak, which is the social media. And we all know that social media is supposed to increase communication, but what it actually does is decrease communication. And due to the result of this and the constant fighting that is causing on college campuses, some of them have decided to ban YikYak. And some of these campuses include St. Louis University, Norwich University, Augusta. These colleges have decided to ban this app, even though students are still able to access it online, but they cannot access it through the school's internet. The reason why some of these schools decided to ban this app is because they have problems like people making fun of LGBT, or people posting bad stuff about a college professor, or making bullying threats to other college students, and then they cannot assign blame, and then all these problems start to occur. Do you guys think that the anonymity of YikYak is really a problem, or are you against or for YikYak?
Well, interestingly enough, since at the school that William and I went to for high school, it did get banned our last year. So, because a lot of students and teachers were being targeted on the app or commented about on the app. But now being in the college environment, that bullying aspect, at least from my view, has diminished a lot more, considering that at least UB is a much, much larger school, and to target specific people or students.
So you're saying there's like safety in numbers?
Yeah, safety in numbers.
Yeah. William, what were you going to say?
Well, I'd have to agree with Faisal. Back in high school, of course, our graduating class was like, 300, 400? That's rather small. Compared to Cardozo, that's like over 5,000 kids already.
Yeah.
Yes, there's power in numbers, but the thing is, that comes with all of social media as well. You could find all of that on Twitter, and that's not anonymous, but people don't give a crap about it. YikYak, I guess it's anonymous, but it's already targeting certain people.
And now one of the newer features too with
YikYak
is that you can leave like a handle or nickname for
there's like a tagline for your account, so you can opt into like not anonymity, or like
I think everyone still has to have a nickname though.
Right, but you turn that off, so you have to activate.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like an accountability switch.
Okay.
Although like I feel like that defeats the point
of YikYak itself.
Wencha, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, since there's strength in numbers, but since YikYak is like, usually you can only see the yaks of those like in a 1.5 mile radius, like in a close range. The smaller the population, the easier it is to
assign blame.
But this also could lead to localized attacks, since it's still anonymous. Other people could hack into your account and figure out who the user is, and then since other people would know you're responsible, you could get attacked by a person in real life. Then this could cause danger.
Well, the other thing is that at least from what I've seen on the UB campus, is that like even if you were to comment directly about a person, so like at least the thing is with UB, like there's so many students here, so like so many people will be posting on the app. So what if you're gonna comment about a specific person, that's gonna be cycled through with time, like even within like 5 minutes. So you might not ever really end up seeing it.
So so are you trying to say YikYak is?
And then you it will also have the option to upvote a comment, so you can see that later on, like the top ones. I mean, I do like to see what other people like on the campus are thinking of, and like a general consensus of.
Yeah, it's an unfiltered opinion about someone or something. YikYak was created solely for a purpose of, I don't know, anonymously talking about certain aspects
What
of life.
sort of posts would you, like, if you use YikYak, what sort of posts would you post online? Would it be dealing with the categories such as shops? Like, would you put posts that are just harassing people, or would you, like, just do it for the comedy? Or just expressing yourself? What kind of posts would you post online?
Well, what I've done in the past, like last year, once like for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, the entire school Wi-Fi is shut down. I don't know why. It just bugged out for a little while, and minute I could post something, I posted like that SpongeBob meme where everything's on fire. And everything's just going to hell, because that's what it felt like that 10 minutes, because it was like the Titanic. Everybody just jumped ship, the entire school burns to flames because there's no more Wi-Fi.
I think it was the day kids were registering for classes. Everyone wakes up at like 6:30.
It was the night before that.
Yeah, they wake up or they don't go to sleep, waiting for that 7 a.m. to open up. And the moment it opens up, everyone floods the server. So that's why the server crashed. It's a lot better now. But the thing is, that's why everyone was giving shit about it.
Let's see, in a place like here, where, because there's so many students too, and you just see the top posts. It's a good place to put out my frustrations that is going on with the school or something.
How would you consider a case where you saw a yak and you and your friend just had a discussion about it, and you saw a yak directly related to the problem you just saw? Would you assume blame that your best friend was the one who posted the yak? Wouldn't that cause a problem? What do you think of that situation?
Well, I remember last year seeing one post.
Was that in UB?
It was on UB. It was about somebody's roommate. I'm not going to give you the specific details, but the roommate, he walked in on the roommate doing something really weird. And he posted that on YikYak. And then a minute later, his roommate's like, "What the hell, man? You just put that on YikYak?"
Yeah, I think the requirements have to hit the conditions that it has to hit home, I guess.
Yeah. But
you can't just be anonymous about it and be like, "Oh, well, I think you did it," but you don't have all the proof. It has to be like, "Oh, you're a roommate or a friend that can only get that certain information."
Yeah, exactly. And then also the other thing is, if enough people dislike what you posted on YikYak, it could get downvoted, and once you have 5 downvotes, the yak is automatically deleted, I believe.
Yes, that is like a way that they kind of filter out like hate speech and stuff. Yeah. But Wen Chao, you did make a good point about when a user makes an anonymous post about something that's so specific that you know who the user that submitted it is. That is one way that it disintegrates communication, like positive communication. So, but that's like one specific way that I would say that overall YikYak has successfully proven as a positive method of communication, bringing up funny grievances like the Wi-Fi shutting down, or in my case, I would complain about the physics department and how thick the professors' accents are, and do posts like that. Do you agree with that? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I do agree that I think you can have its downfalls, but I also agree with what you say. like other social medias, especially in this case, it does give students a way to express like themselves. But we all know, like with every social media, there's always problems as well. I agree with your point.
I think it does work a lot better on college campus though, just because the sheer numbers normally.
Oh, you don't know. Like it depends on the population.
That's true. Because I'm also thinking a lot of like UB, but I feel like, because I remember our high school, because like there were some specific stuff about like teachers and other stuff that went up on there that obviously got cycled out of it pretty quickly. But like, there's a reason the app ended up getting banned from the high school, just because like very specific people were targeted on there with jokes.
Is anybody here for like the banning of YikYak? Think that it shouldn't be because it's too potentially dangerous?
It depends on the place and what's statistically happening, the types of posts you're finding.
Do you guys think UB should ban YikYak, or do we like have this problem on campus with YikYak?
Well, because of the numbers thing, I think UB's very, very okay with it because it's not affecting.
Honestly, I don't think UB should care at all, considering it is a public app. This is a public university. And coming into this university, you have to have this sort of mentality that everyone's mature. Even if you act immature, you as a person would have to be mature as well.
From what I found out, it's usually the private universities that are banning YikYak. So I don't think UB would have this problem compared to other universities.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, private campuses definitely have like a higher standard as far as like student conduct. And I can totally sympathize with like an administrator who sees that like the top most like upvoted comments, if they are like hate speech, that may potentially, if it's like systemic, that may justify like a temporary ban.
Yeah.
For like a semester long,
Yeah, of course. But I think normally with hate speech too, like, because again, like even with the previous election, there was a lot of polarizing comments people would make, like between who they wanted for president and who they did. And I'm not going to go too much into the specifics of that, but like the hate speech normally would have to target a specific person, teacher, or like the school.
Right.
Because if it's just about like something just political or like our current presidential administration, that I think also goes more into the like territory of just opinion or just expressing your ideas.
So have you ever seen a case where YikYak ever lead to like physical violence? Like instead of just people stop talking, have you saw like actual violence, like people fighting each other?
I don't think so.
Have you ever seen a case where it leads to brutality?
It depends on the area.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
But it's very rare. It had to be like you're alone in a paper town with 10 other people, and you know who actually posted it because it's that other person.
One of the things of knowing who posts something is that you're able to forgive a person. If like you can make up and say I'm sorry, but if you don't know who posted, even if you forgive the person, you don't know who it is, so there's no forgiveness eventually. So what do you think of that?
I mean, there's a certain maturity to actually say I'm sorry, even if it's not your fault. You could say you're sorry because you're friends.
No,
right?
because if it wasn't your fault, you shouldn't have to like.
Yeah,
take
but the thing
blame.
is, if the friendship's strong enough, he might actually say sorry, or she might, or that person's not worth it. That person doesn't say sorry.
Wenchao, I think like you were talking about, have I ever seen like a fight caused by a confrontation on YikYak? Like, even if there was like a death associated with the app, like even if like the fight was like fatal, I still think that the app shouldn't be banned because it like serves like a greater, like the app was not solely responsible for the conduct of its users.
Well, thank you very much, guys. It's good to hear the different opinions, and I'm glad you recognize the issue, and I'm very glad to hear you voice your opinions about it. Thank you very much.